Hi there, I'm Dan Whitaker. I'm here there to talk to you about the 3 different address positions for 3 different clubs in your bag, from a mid-iron, short iron through to a driver, and how those angles affect the address, okay, and what they do to the low point of the arc to give the contact point, and how that affects ball flight in terms of angle of attack. So we can see here I've got my little station set up, white line up there, so that's 90 degrees vertical. So what I would be wanting to do is, if I'm hitting my mid-iron, ball position will be just in front of centre here, okay, not massively, okay, kind of in between the centre and the heel would be ideal. And then what I'm looking at doing is, as I drop my right side down and my left side goes up, I want to have my left side as a straight vertical line, so it's matching this angle right here. Now then, what this will mean is that from there I'll make my backswing, and then once I've made my backswing, it's a lot easier to get over that left side, so then I can clear around it, trap down on the golf ball, and get a very, very consistent impact and low spot. Having the vertical line like this with the mid-iron simply means that I will be able to hit somewhere around 3 to 4 degrees down on it, with say a 6 or a 7 iron, which is absolutely ideal from TrackMan numbers and exactly what we're looking to try and achieve. If I was to hit a short iron, what I would be doing on a short iron, the ball would go back in the stance, and then from here the weight would just go a little bit more forwards. Okay, so that would mean that this angle would just change and angle itself towards the target, probably not quite that much, around there. So my weight has just nudged forward, and we can see this vertical line has just nudged forwards a little bit. So that means that my weight has shifted and the pressure has gone a little bit more through the front foot. So my weight will be on this left side a little bit more, meaning that I can hit down on it a little bit more. But as the ball position goes backwards, so too will the weight go forwards. So as the ball moves this way, the weight goes forwards. So what we'd now do is, if we have a look with the driver, what we'll notice with the driver, as the ball goes forwards in the stance, okay, up here, we'll notice how the weight goes to the right. So this stick now moves the other way. So it's not just my upper body that's moving. It's not that I'm creating this movement. It's, I had a straight vertical line there with a 6 iron. As the ball went from here, and as the ball went forwards, my weight went to the right. So as the club gets longer, the weight moves to the right. As the club gets shorter, the weight will go to the left, so that it corresponds with how I want to strike the golf ball. Obviously with the driver, I want to try and hit a little bit more up on the golf ball. So if I really wanted to hit up on it, I might be angled away from the target, say this much. So off a vertical line right here, so there's the vertical, I might be 5-6 degrees off the vertical. What will happen is, when I first set up to the golf ball, my initial spine angle will be away from the target right here. Okay, but with my left side of my body creating a straight line. Now what will happen is, as my upper body moves to the, or my whole body weight moves to the right, this angle here between my head will have stayed the same, but will have increased. It will have increased, but it will have increased only the amount I have moved off that vertical line. So this will then change what my impact location is going to be, whether I'm going to hit down on the ball or up on the ball. So where this vertical line from my left side of my body goes, if it's forwards, here, what would happen is I'll be in this position here, weight goes forwards, everything. So I'm going to hit more down. So let's give this a number. Let's say I'm 7 degrees of spine tilted address. Okay. If this line went to 6 degrees away from the target of the driver, this will also move 6 degrees, so I'd be 13. So this would be something that we want to look at. Now, if we were to have a look at this stuff now from the down the line perspective, just slide the back there. Looking at it from this viewpoint, what you'll see is, okay, with a short iron, okay, my arms will be more down, and as the club gets longer, my arms go more outwards and my spine gets more vertical. What this does is this changes my swing plane. So my swing plane with a short iron will go more up because I'm more bent over, yet with a driver, as I'm more upright, it will be more circular, okay? But this is all due to the length of the golf shaft, which then affects the spine tilt. So that will then affect what the plane looks like, so flatter with the driver, more upright with a wedge, but that's only just due to the fact that I'm nearer or further away from the golf ball. But the most important thing of all is to change this from off the vertical one way or the other. What this does is this changes what my impact number is going to be in terms of angle of attack, whether it's going to be more down or more up. We know the optimum is to try and hit up on the driver. We know we have a lot of tour players who do hit down on it, but if you're wanting to hit up on it, what you've got to do is you have got to make sure that this upper body is leaning away from the target, the address position right here, okay, and it's the whole body that's angled away. It's not that the hips have stayed forward and gone back like this, or that we have gone for the short iron, the hips have gone more forwards and the upper body stayed back. This is my standard shot for a 6 or a 7 iron against the vertical, and then it will be as the stance gets wider, the ball goes forward, my whole body weight goes to the right, meaning I will launch up on the ball more. Also very interesting is for all 3 clubs, the hands will be in a constant position, the inside of my left chest. So the ball, it changes. So the ball changes and the weight changes. This affects the low point, which is essentially where the club bottoms out, which then could affect the impact location, but most of all it will affect the dynamic loft and therefore the flight on the golf ball. So it's really important to know that you've always got the hands over the inside of the left chest. The weight shifts about dependent on the ball position or the desired trajectory you want to hit. Also remember though, as the ball goes forward and you're leaning to the back a little bit more, the chances are with the driver that the club face will be closing a little bit. Now, that's only in part due to the fact that as you're hitting it further forwards in the circle, so the driver would be here, a little bit more further forwards in the circle, the chances are the face will have closed a little bit more, just due to there's the square at the bottom of the arc. It's got a chance it's going to be a little bit closed. So what we do is aim a little bit right with the driver so that we can play for the fact that that club face will be closing a little bit more through impact right here. Conversely, with the short iron, we know that we're going to be hitting more down, which will, as we hit more down on the golf ball, we know that we hit more from the inside. So what you do is the short iron, aim a little bit more left. This will then allow you to hit the nice straight shot with that club. So a little bit more closed, just due to the club face closing, ball back a little bit. That's why you always stand a little bit open with it back and a little bit closed with it forwards. That's why the diagonal stance that Ben Hogan talked about was a fantastic idea. It was right on the money with that, all even though it's to do with the D plane. Back when he did it, it was sensational. I hope you've enjoyed this video today. I'm going to be talking a load more videos about different concepts and things in the golf swing. Please subscribe to my channel for some really good information coming forwards. Please see my Facebook and Twitter links below. Like and follow on both of those. If you'd like to see me in person, I'm based here at Altrincham Driving Range. I also offer online golf lessons and I periodically go over to America for trips, coaching. Please get into contact if you're over there. I'd love to work with you. Thanks for watching and I really look forward to talking with you again very soon.